Lightweight Boxino Championship. From the Belle of Baton Rouge, Bob Papa along with Al Bernstein and Dave Bontempo. This championship bout scheduled for 12 rounds. And there is Acelino Frietas, the 21-year-old out of Brazil, 11-0 with 11 knockouts. He had never been past round 3 until his last bout. He struggled, but scored an 8th round TKO against Hilario Guzman. The 21-year-old Frietas has a lot of ability, but so does Vasquez, although a different style.
Vasquez is more of a boxer puncher, got a good straight right hand, more likely to take you farther into the fight. Frietas, he's a gunslinger. He will come out with both guns blazing. He did in his first Boxino match against Johnny Montantes from the United States, and he knocked him out in the very first round and showed us lots of power. Tried to do the same in his last fight, but as you said, had to struggle before getting the win in the 8th round.
Now Vasquez, who is not known for his power, did hurt Aaron Zarate of Mexico in the first round of their bout. Then went on for a majority decision. Go ahead, Al.
Also rocked him in the 6th round. And there was a point in that bout in which I think Vasquez could have really taken control and gotten the knockout, but chose, I think, more to box.
When you look at distance, Vasquez, the 25-year-old, has been past 8 rounds 4 times. Although he's never been past 10, he's been in some distance bouts, whereas Frietas has been basically an early round knockout artist.
You see how wild Frietas can be. And the height and reach of Vasquez important here because he's kind of keeping Frietas just out of punching range.
Frietas is a silver medalist in the Pan American Games. He beat Cuba's Julio Gonzalez, very notable amateur boxer, a big win for Frietas.
And that stamped him as a guy that people are going to watch as a pro. And now at age 21, they are thinking of him as a very good pro prospect. And winning this Boxino tournament, if he could do it, of course, would be a huge step for him.
Frietas a little south of the border with that left hook. And that's the interesting thing about Boxino. We're getting a look at some talented young boxers here in the United States and on American television, and of course ESPN's national reach, but guys that you may never have heard of before that have fought in these countries for these past couple of years.
Absolutely. The majority of the boxers in this tournament have not fought in the United States or in the other countries, so you do get a chance to see what they're all about. And we have already uncovered some interesting young men. And the interesting thing about Frietas is if they could rein him in and shorten his punches a little bit, they would add to his power and I think make him an even more effective fighter. We've seen how wild his punches can be here in round 1. When he lands, wow.
Right hand by Frietas. Vasquez tries to answer. Blistering end to round 1. Round number 2 underway in the scheduled 12-round championship bout. The Boxino Lightweight Championships on the line. Acelino Frietas of Brazil and Edwin Vasquez of Puerto Rico. Frietas, 21 years of age. He will turn 22 on September the 21st. Vasquez is 25 years of age. I mentioned that we take a look at some of the numbers from round number 1.
Vasquez with the edge, and maybe the most important of those 21 punches came at the end of the round when Frietas attacked wildly, and even though he landed some shots, Vasquez landed a very good counter right.
Frietas 11-0 with 11 knockouts. Vasquez 16-4 with 5 knockouts. Vasquez, as we mentioned, has been past 8 rounds 4 times and has fought in the United States once before. In 1995, lost a 10-round decision to Anulfo Castillo in Englewood, California. He's also fought in Colombia and in Germany.
It is really a crapshoot for Frietas when he charges in. He's landing some pretty good shots and also taking some counter shots, and you just have the feeling that this fight might end during one of those charges with either man going down.
Frietas looks like a young man who needs polishing, whether that's in some of the more seasoned gyms in the United States with good sparring, but it looks like he has the tools.
He really does. He's close to being a guy who can make another step up. He's wide with his punches. He keeps his head a little too high. Those are things they have to work on. But he has power and he has hand speed. If you have that, you have a chance in the sport.
Edwin Vasquez, on the other hand, the quintessential boxer, he also talented at just 25 years of age.
Yeah, and he is a guy who I think, although he lacks some of the power they might like to see, is a much better technician at this stage in his career. The guys who have brothers also in this tournament, they are part of the two brother acts that got to the finals.
I think despite his 4 losses, regardless of what happens here tonight, win, lose, or draw, I think Vasquez is a late bloomer. I think fight fans will see him make some waves. Maybe not a world championship, but people will see him in the United States.
Yeah, he has obviously started to hit his stride and find where he should be as a boxer. And this tournament will give him a lot of confidence in that regard.
Final seconds of round 2. This bout scheduled for 12. At stake, the Boxino Lightweight Championship. The gym of the Belle of Baton Rouge in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Bob Papa, Al Bernstein, Dave Bontempo. Round 3 underway of the Lightweight Boxino Championships. Acelino Frietas from Brazil in the gold and green, in the red with white and blue. Edwin Vasquez, a 25-year-old from Puerto Rico. No knockdowns in the bout to this point, even bout to this point.
And the punches through round 2. Nice right hand by Frietas. Talk about even, both men throwing almost the same amount and landing the same amount. And there's not been any significant edge in power, although that last right hand by Frietas, one of his best punches in the round.
Yeah, we just saw Frietas land almost a power jab.
Now, the more Vasquez takes chances, the better it is for Frietas, because Frietas, he gets him in his wheelhouse. If he's in a punching position, Vasquez, then Frietas probably has the edge in power. Some of those big hooks and right hands may do some damage.
Acelino Frietas, very shy young man. We spoke with him during the quarterfinals of Boxino back in May in Costa Rica. He really enjoys watching his brother perform more than he does.
And they are both young men that you kind of root for to make it in the sport. They've made an impact in boxing. We'll see how far that takes them. Both men kind of inaccurate in this round.
Frietas throws every punch with the willingness or the desire to take his man out.
He wants a knockout with every punch. As my friend Gil Clancy says, he throws them with bad intentions. Frietas using the jab several times and trying to set up the right hand, but then missed with that punch.
Seen a lot of body work from other men.
No, they have not gone downstairs much. And Johnny Fundilla has not had too much to do. They have not been in a clinch very often either.
Punches all missed. Maybe not that left. See the hand speed of Frietas, but when they're that wild, it doesn't help. Come to the end of round 3, scheduled for 12. Frietas and Vasquez on ESPN. Welcome back to the Bell at Baton Rouge. Saturday night, NASCAR races into Richmond, Virginia for the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400, live on ESPN Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We continue our coverage of the lightweight championship bout of Boxino. Acelino Frietas of Brazil, Edwin Vasquez of Puerto Rico. Al and I had Frietas ahead slightly through the first 5 rounds of the bout as he started to take control. We return to the lightweight championship bout of Boxino. Frietas and Vasquez. We pick it up with round number 6.
Going forward, it made a big impact.
Round number 6 underway between Edwin Vasquez and Marcelino Frietas. Boxino lightweight championship on the line. No knockdowns to this point in the bout. Each man ripping off a right hand right there. Some numerals from round 5.
And these numerals tell us that Frietas had a very good round 5. They're throwing about the same number, but Frietas landing more. And Frietas doing a very good job in that sequence to the body.
I felt that left hook here.
We would believe the edge in power goes to Frietas. He has appeared to be the stronger puncher. Certainly has a better KO ratio. KOs. But you never know sometimes until fighters are in the ring.
And the level of competition.
And in fact, Vasquez probably has been in against better guys, but Frietas showing a lot of poise here. Vasquez trying to figure out the right way to get his offense going. He doesn't want to be too aggressive and walk into one of those big bombs, but he also wants to make something happen offensively. And so far, just counterpunching hasn't gotten it done for Vasquez.
Frietas ices down his right arm like a pitcher. I mean, he wings that
he
thing.
Does. A little less winging would be to his advantage. And part of the reason he was able to knock out Johnny Montantes so quickly is Montantes was a lot shorter than him, and some of those right hands and left hooks were just perfect to land against him, but against the taller Vasquez, they're coming up short. Nelson Montantes is the kind of guy that attacks constantly.
Punches blocked by Vasquez.
A nice double left hook by Frietas. Frietas, though, now is the one that's doing primarily the good offensive work. He's being a little busier than Vasquez, I think, too. Both try jabs at the same moment.
Final seconds of round 6. This marks the midway point of this championship bout on ESPN. The Terminator Championships. Bob Papa, Al Bernstein, and Dave Bontempo as we embark upon round number 7 in the scheduled 12-round lightweight championship bout. Marcelino Frietas of Brazil, 11-0 with 11 knockouts against Edwin Vasquez of Puerto Rico.
Good right hands by Frietas in this round. I threw a coin in that by the fountain there and made a wish. I wished for good matches in Boxino tonight, and we're getting them.
So you have the scuba suit. You're going in after that quarter afterwards.
I want it back. Freitas ahead in this, not that cheap, really. Freitas ahead by 2 points in this bout on my card. And in round 6, very effective. Freitas outlanding Vasquez by 8 punches.
Oh, good combination by Vasquez.
His best moment for a while after Freitas had landed some shots. They're going to... Oh! Right hand. Big right sent him down.
He threw that one from New Orleans.
Vasquez stayed in there a little bit too long.
Wow, that left hurt Vasquez.
Freitas wild, but he's landing.
21-year-old Marcelino Frietas looking to stop Edwin Vasquez.
Now, he should use the jab to set one of these up, but he's not. And he's susceptible. Let me tell you, Freitas is still susceptible to a counterpunch by Vasquez. He's coming in so wild. He should be using the jab, Freitas, to set up that right hand in the hook.
Cannot be saved by the balance except in the final round, where Vasquez is just sort of leaning over.
A hook got there.
And a right hand finishes it. Let's see, is he ruling that a slip?
Oh, my God. He ruled that a slip.
Wow.
I thought he was calling the fight. Oh, man. Bad call by Johnny Famia. That was a knockdown.
Well, there is a 3 knockdown rule in Boxino.
Definitely he missed that one. He missed it bad.
I didn't. And down goes Vasquez.
This should be the end of the fight. This should be the 3rd knockdown. Well, it is the end of the fight.
There you go. Hey, 21-year-old Acelino Frietas. A little dance. Hey, he's 12-0 with 12 knockouts. The 21-year-old from Brazil stopping a game, Edwin Vasquez. And Frietas is the Boxino lightweight champion.
The power of Acelino Frietas evident tonight.
A victorious Acelino Frietas from Brazil as he starches Edwin Vasquez, and a hug from his brother Luis Claudio. More of Boxino from Baton Rouge after this timeout. Hell of Baton Rouge, the Boxino Championships. J.C. Candelo of the United States wins the welterweight title. Also, Urbano Gurroyo of Mexico wins the middleweight championship. You just saw Acelino Frietas of Brazil with a 7th-round TKO over Edwin Vasquez. So in the team competition, Mexico is in front with 8.5 points. Brazil is pulled to within a half point at 8 points. One more bout to go. The featherweight championship. And Acelino's brother, Luis Claudio Frietas, taking on Moises Cedillos of Mexico.
This was a match in which Luis Frietas advanced. Even though he lost in the previous round of Boxino, he advanced because the man he was facing, although we didn't know it at the time, actually had not made weight. So he went in against Moises Cedillos, knocked him down early in this bout, showed some power, and Luis Frietas, in what we thought was a very, very close fight, this may have made a big difference, and the decision went to Luis Frietas. More one-sided than we thought, but nevertheless, he wins his weight division and gives the Frietas brothers a sweep.
Yeah, and not just that, but that win by the second Frietas brother gives Brazil the overall team title. They win it as they edge out Mexico with